to all our new and prospective students, and welcome to the UNAM learning community. My name is Erica Maas. I'm the Registrar of the University of Namibia. Dear students, I've been at this university from even before its existence. I have literally seen thousands of students entering and exiting the UNAM gates. Some ended up on the graduation stage celebrating success. Sadly, others never reached there. Now, what is the difference between those who make it and those who don't? There are, of course, many contributing factors, a lot of which are related to self-motivation, time management, and support that they receive both at the university and from outside. However, today I wish to talk to you about a very unfortunate contributing factor to the failure of many students at this university, and one that is extremely easy to remedy: simple ignorance of rules and regulations. During my more than 35 years at UNAM, I witnessed the tears of so many students, some of them forced to drop out of university simply because they didn't make the time to familiarize themselves with the rules and regulations of our university. Now, I'm certainly not going to read to you all the rules and regulations here today. Not only will that be utterly boring, but there are so many of them we simply do not have the time. You will find all of these rules and regulations on the UNAM website, both in the general rules and regulations prospectus, but also your individual school prospectus. Please make sure that you study it carefully. I do wish to take a few minutes to highlight some of the important rules and regulations that may become barriers to your success at university. First and foremost, deadlines. Now, we have deadlines for every single thing you can think of and some more. There are deadlines for various forms of application, deadlines for appeals, deadlines for 100% refund of your money back, qualification changes, etc. If you are missing a deadline, you are missing an opportunity to ensure your success. Please make sure that you study the calendar and take note of all the important deadlines. It is so important to stick to these deadlines. Class and practical attendance. I think you all look forward to university as a place where finally you are free to do as you wish, and a lot of that is true. But unfortunately, we do ask from you to attend your classes and especially your practical work. You may deny entrance to an examination if you do not have at least an 80% attendance of your classes and 100% attendance of your practical classes. So please make sure that you stick to this very, very simple rule. But you know, life happens, and sometimes you are not able to attend classes. Sometimes you need to take leave of absence, being that for representing our country on the sport field, or something like maternity leave, or you become ill for an extended period of time. There are rules and regulations. There's a form available to fill in to ask for leave of absence. If you don't do that, we are not able to assist you with whatever you have missed during your leave of absence. So make use of this opportunity. Fill in your form. Your lecturers are aware that you will not be here, and they can assist and support you. Now we come to something that has been the demise of many a UNAM student, and that's something that we call a prerequisite. You know, there are some of your subjects, we call them modules, some of your modules that are a so-called prerequisite to another one. That simply means that you must pass this one module before we will allow you to register for the next module. Now, if you fail a prerequisite, that may cost you a year. And sometimes it may cost you your loan or your bursary. It is so important to know which of your modules are your prerequisite modules so that you can focus on them and that you can really put in all the effort to pass them, because they become important barriers to your success as a university student. Linked to the prerequisites are two rules and regulations that we call progression and readmission. Let's talk about progression first. Progression rules simply means that there are a certain minimum number of modules that you need to pass in order for you at the end of the academic year to get an annual result code that says pass on your annual report. Without an annual result code that says pass, once again, you may lose your bursary, you may lose your loan. It is very important that you know what these regulations are. You need to know before you start how many modules do you need to pass in order to pass the year. Worse than the progression rule is the readmission rule. You need to pass a certain number of modules before, unfortunately, we're going to kick you out of the university. You need to know that. Make sure that you know what this absolute minimum is. That's of course not the minimum you should aspire to, but be aware of that, because you may end up not being allowed back to the university. Finally, some rules with regards to the cancellation of modules and registration. And once again, some of this is linked to our deadline. Please, if you struggle with a particular module, if unfortunately you struggle with your qualification and you really feel that you cannot continue, please do not simply disappear. You may be held accountable for more than you think if you would only simply do the right thing and officially cancel your module or cancel your qualification. Remember, your registration represents a contract between yourself and the university, and it needs to be treated as such. But I don't want to conclude on such a negative note about losing you as a student. In order to succeed, you need to become a partner in your own education. Remember, the university is a learning environment in which you have to take advantage of all the opportunities presented to you. Hope to see all of you at graduation in a couple of years. Thank you.